2 condor babies have died during the wildfires, from the fires. This is a horrific, horrific news. Those condors are under nature protection. They're being monitored. They have live video cameras monitoring the nests in the forests. And I just can't stand it at all. I cry all day long over this, all day long. I just cannot stand it. It's just too much. It's like, it's war, and it's so much suffering and so much pain. And I can see the condors are afraid. The condor father and mother, they're really afraid. I can see it in their eyes. They look around themselves and they're really worried about those fires. And one egg is about to hatch now, and I am absolutely terribly worried for that baby, that condor baby, and for all the condor babies and all the adult condors and all the wild animals out there who depend on the trees. The trees are their homes. Okay. But the Black Lives Matter people and the anti-FA people, they go into the forest. They're being bused. They're being shipped to rural United States to set fires. Some of the wildlife rangers have cameras now monitoring the state parks. Much of the state parks are now closed to protect the animals. I have to say this because people need to know. They need to know what's going on and who is setting these fires. Okay? In the chat room, I was severely attacked by a Black Lives Matter person, a guy who completely went insane and attacked me so viciously. And all I was doing was speaking out for justice and speaking out for the animals and wanting peace and love in the world. And he went completely insane. He called me white boy. He told me to commit suicide, and just completely lost it. Like someone who is on bath salts and bites someone's face off. That's how that guy was. And people need to know. The public needs to know what we're up against. We all should be able to be informed, at least, and there's probably only 1% of the news outlets out there who actually talk about the actual facts, the actual situation. All the other ones are biased by the Muslim agenda and the corporate agenda. The corporate agenda uses the Muslim agenda as a middleman. Okay. So the Muslim agenda doesn't care whether they're being used by the Rothschilds, Soros, whatever. They're just doing their biased agenda, which they have been doing for hundreds of years. So now it's being propagated. It's being facilitated. Barack Obama has facilitated it massively. And also Bush and Cheney have opened up cans of worms in the Middle East. Barack Obama has created absolute chaos in the Middle East. He is the oil industry. He and Dick Cheney, they're first-hand related. Dick Cheney is his uncle, direct uncle. And they are the oil industry. They are Halliburton. They are part of the entire oil industry. Total vested interest. Okay. So they are the corporate agenda. And Barack Obama also has hatred against white people. So he will, of course, also work with the Muslim agenda hand in hand. But no one knows that because that's not being talked about. on any news source. I think Alex Jones talked about this. That's why he was banned from the social media websites. But it doesn't matter how much we are being censored, okay? The truth still needs to be talked about. The truth needs to get out, okay? And I think that's part of being an earth-loving, respecting person. That's part of being a good steward to this planet and to all living beings, okay? To stand up for truth and justice and love and compassion, okay? And I will do this until the day I die, because that's what I live for. That is what the whole point is of my existence, to do that, okay? And I want other people to do it too. I want you to stand up against this madness. Stand up against those insane people, these insane, unempowered, schizophrenic, completely, there's no more reason at all. There's no more rationality in those people at all. You can't talk to them. It's impossible to talk to them. It's impossible to bring up reason. They only point fingers and say you're white privileged. That's all they do. So if your skin color is too white for their taste, then that's what they're going to do. There's no reason involved at all. There's no ability to listen to someone. Okay? There's no respect at all. It's just raging madness. Total raging madness. I saw footage on Facebook of a black woman also. How can a woman be so violent, kick people's car doors in and windows, and absolutely terrify the innocent people that are driving down the freeway? How is that possible? A young woman, and some young guys that were beating in people's car windows with clubs, and absolute total raging insanity is that. Okay. Total. There has nothing to do with a protest. That has nothing to do with any more. That's not activism. That's just war against white people. That's all it is. They want to kill white people. And the more they are given, the more rights they are given by people who hold the other cheek, the more they're being let out of prison, the more they're being given money by celebrities like Beyonce and Jay-Z. They give them money. They give them millions of dollars. That's like really, really, really unethical to give those hate groups that are murdering innocent animals and people, to give them millions of dollars and to bail these people out of prison. And the more is given to them, the worse it will get. It will just get worse from here, okay, if that's what you want. So if you want this to escalate further and further and further, in the chat room, I am the only person who stands up for justice. There was one other person who said that he will shoot them, but that person is also biased. He come from the other camp. It's only like you are either in this camp or in that camp, okay? You're either KKK or you're Black Panther, okay? You're either one, No, it doesn't work that way. Stand up for justice and stand in the middle. And if you stand alone, it doesn't matter. Someone has to begin, okay? You have to stand in the middle, and you have to be unbiased by any group. I'm against all hate groups, okay? I don't want hate groups. I don't want innocent people to be butchered up just because someone doesn't like their skin color or what their opinion is. Okay. That's what all of those hate groups are doing. Either hate group is doing this. Okay. They don't like what you say, they don't like how you view the world, if you're against religion or if you are for animal rights. So all of those hate groups are against it seems like all of those hate groups are against animal rights and against justice. So think for yourself. Think for kindness, protecting the animals, justice. Okay? Stand outside of any kind of bandwagon, of any kind of camp. Okay? Stand alone as a love warrior, as your own militia officer. Okay? So I'm my own militia officer, militia of one person. Okay? So stand up for yourself. Stand up. Okay? Flex your muscles. Stand up. Say something. If you're being bullied, say something. I see nobody in the chat rooms. There are 8,000, 10,000 people, sometimes 13,000 people in those chat rooms. Okay. Not everyone is following the live tweet, of course, but there are hundreds of people that are reading the live tweets. No one comes out to say something. No one stands up. I see all women, and I don't know what their ages are. Some of them seem like they're very, very young teenagers or something. So I'm not gonna criticize a teenager. I used to be a teenager myself. I was very intimidated by the adult world, and I thought I don't know anything, and other people know everything, yes. No, they didn't, but I didn't know. I didn't know that people are full of shit at that time. So, but there are also older women in the chat room. Some of them are older, some of them show their photos, and they don't say anything. They come in there to join a knitting group or something. It's like, hey, right now, this is not really the time for a knitting circle or some kind of, let's have a nice tea afternoon or something. When right next to you, there's a guy on bath salts telling me to commit suicide. The least I can expect from that knitting circle ladies to stand up for me and to tell him that this is unacceptable, to tell someone to commit suicide. That's the least I can expect. At least do that. Stand up to these people and tell them that it's unacceptable and unethical, and it is severe bullying to tell someone to commit suicide, okay? I hope this makes sense. That's what I do for you, okay? I'll do for you anytime. So please do it for me. I would really appreciate it if you could stand up for me. But it doesn't matter if people stand up for me or not. I stand up for myself. It's my absolute priority. I stand up for the innocent living beings in this world, for the condor babies and the condor parents. Okay, those are all my children. Okay, I love them infinitely much, and when I watch the live condor nest, I cry rivers the whole time I'm watching. I have to finally turn it off because it is causing me sickness in my stomach. I get nauseated from thinking about the wildfires and that they're creeping in on those condor nests. And those are already endangered. Okay. So my appeal goes out to the world. Stand up against this injustice, okay? Don't let them come with ridiculous excuses. They don't have any excuses, okay? They're not being suppressed. They're not being oppressed anymore. Okay, no oppression. Okay, peace.